A university professor holds up a glass of water in front of his class. And he says, "How much do you think this weighs?" And various people offer various answers. He says it weighs about 4 ounces. It's light. I can hold this without any strain or any problem. He said, "But if I hold it for the next hour, it's going to be a bit painful. And if I hold it for the rest of the day, I'm going to be in agony. If I hold it for more than that amount of time, I'll end up in the hospital just from a light glass of water." And the message was that we need to sometimes put the water down and then we can handle it. It makes it easy when we put it down and then pick it up again. And the message also was that that's true of our stress as well. We can handle it in small amounts when we put boundaries around it to the extent that we're able. Now, in a time of coronavirus and a time of higher than usual anxiety, not only for some people, for all of us, and in a time of uncertainty and stress, maybe it's important to find our own autonomy, to see what we can do in the way that we handle, process, internalize, and share that stress. I'll give you an example. There is news, and every time we look at news, listen to news, read news, our heart rate changes. So what I decided was a simple thing. I'll turn off all the news alerts on my phone because I don't want a news agency to drive my heart rate and my health. I want to be in control to be able to decide when I want to look at information and then choose, be able to curate what do I want to read and from what sources. It's true in our conversations with one another as well. We have decisions to make. We can put the gates on our lips and decide not to share anxiety that we know might concern somebody else. We might realize the efficiency and inefficiency of email and of text, especially in sharing information that has emotional content. That's always best face-to-face, or at least on a phone call. We're coming to the end of a week of quarantine, self-quarantine, something we've seen ourselves hopefully able to do. But I hope that at the end of this week, we can not only be productive as we have been in the whole week, but shift gears to becoming reflective. We call it a Sabbath from work, a break, a Shabbat, sacred, holy time. And this time might be a time to look back on the week and ask ourselves as individuals and our families, the people sharing our homes perhaps with us, how did it go? What can we do differently and better toward more health and equanimity? For instance, if we are people who are working at home when we're not used to working at home, or if we're kids not used to having our parents at home, this I think is really important. Do we have any boundary around our work, or are we constantly, invisibly working? Is our work scattered all over the dining room table and all over the house? Are we working on and off without any sense of boundary that we might have had if we went to work in the morning and came home at the end of a day? Are we giving ourselves what the government demands, which is mandated breaks, times when we put the phone down, put the computer down, even put down that part of our brain that's processing and thinking and producing and saying, for good health, I need to stop and take a walk and look at the different colors of green just in my garden or in the trees and street around me. Look at the environment for health. It's curative. Look at yourself for good health. You are curative. Look to your breath, your heart rate. Look to the world around you and within you. Come to the end of the week with a sense that you have a certain sense of being that's different when a week ends than when it's in process. Make more time for one another. Make time for yourself. Make time to think and read and do things that are different and not only geared to coronavirus, self-quarantine, but that feel liberating. Give yourself the ability and the time and the presence of mind just to be.